Today we're going to be talking about things that Fish should add just to make the game a little bit better. Even though this game is pretty good, there's some things that they should add that they should have added a couple updates ago that would just make life so much easier. First thing I'm going to be talking about that everyone has been suggesting is a search bar for the equipment bag. For example, if you want to find a rod and you have all these rods over here, you got to scroll all the way till you find the rod that you actually want to use, and a search bar would be very helpful for this. Also, you can probably add a search bar for the bobbers and bait and lanterns. That would be pretty good too, just because finding some bait can be pretty annoying. Sometimes it'll be pretty hard to find. For example, if the love storm eel is over there and you guys are using, for example, rapid catchers over here at the ashfall and the eel spawns in over there, you would want to switch to different bait such as like coral, and it will definitely make it way easier to find the rod that you want to use or the rod that you actually need, instead of scrolling for a little while trying to find the specific rod. And speaking of rods, I think everyone is wanting this too, is adding a passive to the Seraphic rod, or the Seraphic rod. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna just say Seraphic rod. I always mess it up, but ever since the nerf of this rod, it hasn't really been that good. Like, although it looks pretty cool, you know, it has the wings and stuff, the nerf just made it very disappointing. It doesn't catch fish that fast, and okay, the beam just took forever to load in, but the passive is all right, you know, but it needs something else besides just this beam, and I feel like it needs a mutation. People are suggesting to add the heavenly mutation for this, but that would just defeat the purpose of the heavens rod. So I feel like they should add like a angelic mutation or something, just because this rod is not really that great anymore, and it is the level 1000 rod, so you do need to get max level right now. You do need to get level 1000 to even get this rod, and it's pretty disappointing for level 1000. The third thing they should add is be able to buy bulk from Merlin over here. As you guys know, you guys have to buy each enchant relic or the Merlin's luck one at a time, which is pretty annoying. So you go press power over here, you got to spend 11,000 for a relic, and you don't have the option to rebuy it. You have to retalk to Merlin and, you know, do the voice lines over again, which takes a while, and, you know, gets annoying if you're trying to buy like at least 10 relics. You just got to sit there and wait for the dialogue to go through. They should just be able to make it where you can buy multiple at a time, just like the bait crates, or for example these crab cages right here. I feel like you should just be able to purchase them in bulk. That would just make it so much easier. The fourth thing they should also add is be able to have hotbar saving. So when you guys load in a game, your hotbar is going to be different every single time, which is pretty annoying. So when I loaded in, my boats was all the way over here, and these fish are all over here too. If you guys are, it would be nice to have a hotbar saving. Just have like the boats over here or something, and just make it so where this is clear, because I honestly hate when I load in my whole inventory is full right here. I just like having the hotbar pretty clean. Or for example, if you guys spawn on the top of a northern expedition, you guys do have to search for the oxygen tank and quickly put it on before you die, or the cloak. You gotta put those on before you die and lose $2,000. Or even just having the glider here, just because you do move around pretty slow, so you guys do use the glider. They did nerf it, unfortunately, sadly, but it doesn't move as fast, but it does help you move around the map faster, and that would just be a nice feature to have when loading in a game, just having your hotbar saved and having it pretty clean. And the fifth thing they should add is probably honestly the most important one, is having a trade screen, just because a lot of people do get scammed in this game from just going first. They should be able to have a trade screen so you guys can't get scammed anymore. For example, having the blade ball trade screen was pretty nice, and being able to accept the trade and knowing what you're trading for, knowing how many items, and overall it'll be way easier for the game, and it'll be easier on all the mods and staff to deal with all the scamming going on. I feel like they'll just make their lives so much more easier, not having to go all through the tickets and comments and DMs about people getting scammed. And it does take a while for someone to actually give you an item, you know. You have to like hold it down for a little bit and have to hold out the giant fish, which is pretty annoying. Like if I were to give someone this big northern serpent, it's gonna take up the whole screen for a couple seconds, and you know, it's a lot of work. Also, a little other thing they should fix is having the option option to see others people fish. So I have it on right now, and I have another account right here. As you guys can see, I can see the fish because I have the option on, and when I turn it off, I can't see it anymore. But if they put the fish back here, I can still see it. And also, even though this is off, you can still see nuclear fish, which is pretty annoying just because the giant green glow. And I'm pretty sure any other streamer could relate to this when they're fishing right here, for example, and all you see is a giant green glow from people holding out a nuclear fish that they caught, which is pretty annoying. And I feel like this feature is a great feature. It just doesn't work well, which is a little annoying. And then the sixth thing they should add is just a better inventory system. They did have a good inventory system for like maybe a day where you can, you know, scroll through your inventory, and then they got rid of it. I think it was just too buggy or something, but having to scroll through all of these is pretty annoying. And you can search for, you know, a fish, but just having stuff on the top besides favoring it would be very helpful. And also being able to delete items that I don't use. I have 134 of these ancient threads that I never use. There's also this elite token from the event and this regular token from the event that, you know, I'll never use ever anymore. So I don't know why they're still in the inventory. So I feel like you should be able to just delete stuff from your inventory. That'll be pretty nice. Just like a trash button on the side or something. And also it'll be nice to get rid of some treasure maps, because although they are pretty good to go to, I'm too lazy to go to all these treasure maps, so it'd be nice to just delete them from my inventory just to save some clutter in here. Another thing they should add is be able to open all these bait crates at once. I know that it's going to be pretty laggy, but for example, if I buy 100 bait crates right here, I would have to manually click and open all of these, and I know it does cause some lag when opening all these at once, but having the option to open all of them at once would be very nice. We do get a shiny surgeon and megalodon spawn in, which is pretty cool. Another suggestion they should add, whoa, what is going on, is, you know, I know this is marketing and I know this is pretty good marketing, but every like 5 minutes when you guys use a rod that has a skin in the shop, this thing pops up on the side of the screen, which is pretty annoying. And I know you can like just press the X button right here, but it's gonna keep popping up like every 5 minutes. So I feel like they should have the option to remove that, or just like, you know, not have it there. Even though I know it's marketing and they want money, but it's just pretty annoying to see that every 5 minutes with, you know, with the rod you're using in the shop during this time. I just feel like it's a little unnecessary to have that, but it is good marketing. And the last thing I have is having to be able to have a emote wheel. As you guys know, you do have to like know the emotes, so you guys do have to remember the names of the emotes, just like /e-weight. Oops, I got the rod on, but just frame, so e-weights, you know, and then you gotta know e-gritty. It'd just be nice to like press a button and just have all the emotes available instead of just looking at a list or just remembering all of them all. That'd be a very nice feature, and that'll just make the game a little more fun, just to be able to emote at any time instead of just having to type it in or having the embarrassment like I do some of the times, is just like spamming it and just doing like that so people see it in the chat, which is a little embarrassing. That's all the suggestions I have. But if you guys have more, let me know down in the comments below that should be added. I would love to hear all you guys' suggestions that they should add to the game just to make it a little bit more better. And if there is pretty good suggestions, I would ask the devs if they should add them in the game. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, morning, night, wherever you are, and peace.